All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to I'll name this segment later. GTG spits that grease, so on and so forth. Title forever in the works. I'll be sponsoring this video as well, given that this kind of came this kind of came out of nowhere, and so to speak, the situation's been going on for a while. But this kind of came out of nowhere, and I kind of want to go ahead and get it recorded, just in case anything changes. I can do a follow-up, but at least I have my initial thoughts out there. So, when the smell of bacon's in the nose, evil lurks. You guys know how that is if you really want to know the truth about it. So, with that being said, let's get to actually why you guys are here. So, for those of you who are on my stream, I think that'd have been yesterday. That'd have been the 12th of April, 2026. I had told you guys, or I talked to you guys a little bit about the whole quartering situation and their ongoing feud, which is now turning into a war, really, so to speak. Online war against Keto Casino, and how people have taken sides. People are starting to talk about it, or are continuing to talk about it, so on and so forth. Well, unfortunately, I'm recording this on the 13th. We've had some collateral damage. At least two channels, at the very least, have been hit. One of them being Alyssa Clips. Ironically enough, excuse me, she got hit for clipping a portion of Josh Moon of the Farms, clipping out a segment of his stream of just the quartering segment and putting it up. Now, she wasn't struck by Josh. Let me make that very clear. She wasn't struck by Matt at the internet. She was struck by fucking Quarter Pounder, Jeremy Hamsberg. If you really want to know the truth about it, she got struck by him. And there's another channel that and there might have been another channel too, but at least at the moment, Alyssa got hit, which is garbage. It's already garbage. So let's go ahead and look at the tally. Jeremy has already fucking Quarter Pounder has already fucking struck Kino Casino's Clips channel, right? He's already struck Andy Worski's channel, which he only got back like 6 or 7 months ago. He's restruck that channel. He's now struck Alyssa Clips, and then, like I said, I think he struck another Clips channel too, or he's attempting to. So he's got a lot of problems. Plus, Rumble is now starting to look into this, so there may be problems for quartering on that front. But in any case, we're actually not here to talk completely about the quartering. We are, but not directly. We're going to talk about another lol cow hypocrite piece of garbage who talks and preaches about free speech, but is a fucking liar and never was able to come through on anything because he was never really about free speech unless it applied to him. Fucking ReviewTechUSA, or ReviewTonsUSA. Let's talk about his dumbass and his Ozempic use, or whatever he's on now, whatever GOP one that he's using as a crutch. His dumbass is out there doing what he normally does, circling the wagon like a vulture, waiting for his opportunity to get his pickings and talk about how I never liked him, or I always had a problem with him, and all this bullshit. Well, there's a bunch of tweets that came out, in particular from some pretty prevalent RTU trolls that we're actually going to transition over to. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna have to say bye to my Kanye music for a minute, and let's see here. Let's get ourselves set up if you really want to know the truth about it. And let's go ahead and get Review Tech there, because he supports SnortBucks Coffee Company, the best beverage company, and whatnot. Don't ever forget that. And let's move this over here for a minute, and let's pull up Twitter. Speaking of which, I also talked about how Jeremy got caught, which I actually should bring this up. You guys got to hear this dumb shit, because this is dumb shit. You should hear about this dumb shit, because it's dumb shit. Okay, so we're looking at Twitter currently. This right here shows Jeremy and whatnot, a Quarter Pounder, his flagging history. I won't play it because it's nothing important and whatnot. What I will do is I'll pause it right here and I will expand on this. Okay, so you should see this. Can you see my mouse? You can, yes. Okay, right here. This right here is Jeremy's one of Jeremy's old channels. When initially the Kino Casino channel got struck down, Quartering comes out with a live video recording of 3 different channels and say, these are my 3 channels. I didn't do this. This wasn't me. This ain't on me. If you know Quartering, or if you've watched a lot of his content, or if you've done yourself a real favor and watched Mikey No More, big ups to him, and his doc on him, you know the Quartering has like 10 channels or some bullshit, 15 channels, right? Well, one of those channels was like his Magic the Gathering channel or whatever, where he used to do like his card games and shit that he used to talk about on in particular. This is the channel right here that, or at least this is the channel they think it is, I should say, where he actually struck Kino Casino. He struck them through there, right? He probably struck Alyssa Clips and whoever else through here too. That's how he's doing it. This idiot accidentally exposed it when he went up here to go ahead and do a search, and it came up. So this is how he's striking people through this channel right here. But he showed us 3 completely separate channels, right? That, you know, oh, these are the channels that I use. These are my main channels. I didn't strike anybody. This isn't an old tactic. Jeremy is dumbass and sat there and done something that ReviewTechUSA has done. Hold on a second. All right, so Jeremy has done something that ReviewTechUSA has actually done. When Sly confronted Rich on whether he was flagging channels or whatnot, Rich went and showed the channels that he had and allegedly showed his report history for all of them. Now, Sly didn't know it at the time, but there was a few other channels and there was a few other ways of actually hitting people than what Rich was telling him and whatnot. That ended up getting clarified later, and then Rich got himself caught. But Jeremy basically took that archetype and tried to pull the exact same bullshit, and that's what ends up leading to just a second. That's what ends up leading to this nonsense here with his fucking search bar. He's a fucking idiot. So there's that. I wanted to make sure I talked about that on stream, but I wanted to go ahead and show that too. So now here we go right here. Here's our first one. So there's a situation where apparently the Rich was actually watching the Alyssa Clips video, and when he did, this happens. Okay, so sorry, had to step away for a second. All right, so this is it right here. I think the audio should be good. All right, here we go. Now Rich is what, like I said, this is a clip from Mad at the Internet. Well, this is a segment from Mad at the Internet that's on Alyssa Clips' channel, or it was, and Rich is watching it. ReviewTech is reacting to it. Okay, sorry about that. Had to take a phone call, had messed up a situation with the audio and whatnot, but Diggs is actually over here, so he's like actually helping me with this. I don't know what I did wrong, but we're just gonna pick up from the initial tweet. So let me actually show you where we're at. So I just talked about this here, and I had already recorded this part, and I was moving up to my next tweet. Audio didn't catch. That was my fault. I've done this. So we're just gonna pick up. So here's where it starts with ReviewTech. Let me make sure that the audio is actually square now. We're good. All right. So I'll just go ahead and regurgitate this to you. You guys didn't actually hear it, but this is ReviewTechUSA watching Alyssa Clips' channel, watching Josh Moon's coverage of the quartering situation. It was like a 2.5 hour plus video. I actually watched a little bit of it, as I said earlier on. When I watched it, it was still up. Then all of a sudden it gets struck, and ironically, it gets struck around the same time Rich is actually watching it. So here, let me play it for you.
Because he didn't know. So, next, in reply to
video is unavailable.
Now, keep in mind, this is right in Rich's wheelhouse. Rich has done this to other people. So it's not like he has any reason to be barking about anything, because this has happened to him, or he's done this to other people, I should say.
What? Okay.
And he knew. He knew when he saw it. He was like, okay, I know the tactic because I've used it myself. Meaning Rich, not me. I don't do faggotry like this. Especially flagotry. I definitely don't do that. So he already peeped game on it, so he immediately adjusts. From what I heard, he goes right to Kino Casino's archive on Kick and watches it there. Because he didn't go to Josh Moon and watch it.
Because he didn't know. So, next, in reply to...
All right, let me keep going, sorry.
Video is unavailable.
All right, so as you see, this is Alyssa Clips. This is the Mad at the Internet quartering segment and whatnot from April 10th. So it was all here, and like I said, you can even see how long it originally was and all of that. Alyssa clips on Twitter, which we're on right now. People are basically fighting, or reaching out to Twitter, see if they can get the video reinstated, because it wasn't even quartering video to strike. It was Josh's video. Josh didn't strike it. Josh from Kiwi Farms or Mad at the Internet. He didn't strike it. So how was quartering even doing that? You know what I'm saying? When it doesn't even hit shit. Here's the crazier part. You're probably wondering, you might be, how did, you know what I'm saying, ReviewTechUSA, how did it get struck when ReviewTechUSA was watching it? It's either two things. One, quartering put the strike in earlier on, it is just now starting to basically come through. Or two, or B, quartering is keeping an eye on everybody of stature, figuratively and literally, who is going over this and try to strike their shit in real time, or at least try to get the content off the census. But remember, the quartering didn't strike Josh's channel, Mad at the Internet. He didn't take the actual stream down, but he's striking all the clippers down, apparently, or he's attempting to. So keep that in mind. And yet again, something Rich has done himself. So this is nothing new. It's just two peas in a pod, essentially. They just happen to be beefing with each other.
What? Okay.
Because he didn't know.
All right. So now, let me see here. Let me throw this down for a minute, just in case I got some weird shit up here. Don't worry, I don't. Just in case. Let's see. DSP, UFC. Let's see here. Cake and whatnot. Country, I'm telling you, man, country girls are built different. All right. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. Also, speaking of which, big ups to, who was this tweet originally belonged to, by the way? I want to say it was Richard Burnell. Big ups to Richard Burnell for that initial tweet. And then if we scroll back up, okay, so let me bring you guys back in. So this is John Riley. Big ups to him. This is him talking about the Mad at the Internet segment being taken down and whatnot, which is breaking TOS and whatnot. He's basically just keeping everybody informed. Okay, and then now we're going to get over here. So this right here is, as you can see, Lolcow Basement, and they're talking about, you're literally just going to see ReviewTechUSA's fucking hypocrite, his hypocrisy, him being a hypocrite, saying one thing when it's convenient and then saying something else later on. So let's go ahead and let me give you this.
Is amazing what is happening right now with the quartering. And I have no mercy on him. I mean,
why not? You've done the same thing that he's done. Truth be told, you might still be doing it. And keep in mind, Rich has been doing this bullshit for years. You know what I'm saying? When people say, oh, the quartering's fucked up for what he did, he is. Especially since the quartering was on the bouldering stream, which is back in, 2018? He was on the bouldering stream. That's when MundaneMatt got crucified on the kill stream and shit. And all those guys came to basically help with that. So the quartering of all people should know this shit. You want to know what's interesting about that links to this piece of garbage you see on your screen? When Zidane pointed out that, hey, there's a way of showing your flag history, right? And everybody was like, oh, wow. And everybody showed their flag history. And the quartering only showed one, I think, from one particular channel. And I think he said that, I can't remember if it was clean or if there was one person on there and that was because they straight ripped his shit or some shit. I can't remember what that was. But whatever. Everybody essentially that was on there showed their flag history. Well, what happened, the result of the whole flag history nonsense in the bouldering stream is other problematic YouTubers got called out. ReviewTechUSA was one of them. He got called, that clip is still out there. You can still find it. It might be Review China USA might have it. But there's a clip out there where ReviewTech is being asked, hey, now that people can see your flag history, are you going to prove that you didn't flag Anna Doyle? And he's like, I'm not showing anybody my flag history. I don't have anything. I didn't flag Anna Doyle, but I'm not going to show my flag history. I'm not going to do that. I knew when that information got out that it was going to be a witch hunt. This, that, and that. Does that sound like something that an innocent man would say? No. It sounds like something that a coward who now one other vector has been opened up to get his ass was being presented with. And that's what happened with him. I'll try to see if I can find that clip. And if I can, I'll try to insert it in here.
How at all vids about Matt or hate, We want to hear your take. Okay, here is my take. I talked to Matt, okay, and I'm not going to make a straight-up video. I said, look, man, I promise on my kids I'm not going to make a straight-up video on you. And I'm not going to make a hate video. I'm not going to make a hate video. Here's, if you want to hear my 2-minute take. Matt fucked up, okay? He admitted he fucked up. When I talked to him privately, he admitted he screwed up. Okay, that's, I'm not, Matt, I don't think you're going to be mad about me saying this. I'm not saying anything damning or shocking that hasn't been out there. The advice I gave Matt was the same advice that a buddy of mine, Jay, gave me a few months ago, and I needed to hear it. And I'm like, Matt, you need to hear the same fucking advice that I was given, and you need to get like a metaphorical slap across the face to wake up. You need to stop feeding into the shit. Because I know what happened to Matt, and I'm not throwing blame at anybody. Look, man, he's a grown man, and he made his bed, and now he has to lie in it. But with all the drama that was going on with him, he was letting it eat in him. And when you let the drama eat at you, it makes you do stupid shit. I'm not justifying what he did. What he did was wrong, and it bit him in the ass, and he lied about it for 2 hours straight in a live stream. Will you show your YouTube history report like MundaneMatt did, because there is rumors you reported Anna Doyle? I'm not showing any reports. I didn't report him, but I'm not showing any reports. So there you go. That's your answer. I'm not even, I knew that was going to happen now, because now that everyone knows that you could see YouTube reports, that's going to be the new trend on YouTube to keep the drama train flowing. And I'm not being a part of it, and don't care. So, if you don't like that answer, you're more than willing to take back your super chat. I'm not going on that drama train. Sorry. But I will say this. His channel, I never reported any of his videos.
So I want to just...
But after that nonsense, this piece of garbage has been on edge. And then after a while, he didn't care. Then we fast forward a little bit more, and then you get into his situation with Keemstar on Andy Worski's Warpath, where Rich said he would be willing to show his flag history if Keemstar would basically break bread with him and they would, have peace or whatever. They didn't show it on stream, but they did. But Andy and Keemstar did get to see his flag history, and that shit was loaded to the fucking brim. And he's like, Keem's like, what the fuck is all this shit? All this, all that. He basically did the MundaneMatt shuffle and whatnot, or shimmy, during that part too. So that's two different instances that this piece of garbage ain't shown suspect behavior or who was outright caught. Keep that in mind. But then you feel the need to go ahead and speak on quartering? I mean, fuck you both, because you're both piece of shit lol-cow monkeys. But the fact that you felt the need to come up out your face and talk this bullshit when you've done it yourself is insane to me.
I don't, as much as I hate Kino Casino, I didn't want to see this happen to him. They bring content here. I mean, if nothing else, not to sound like a fucking selfish piece of shit, but I'm going to. I don't care. They're pieces of shit.
Already prefacing and justifying, if he did try to flag them, which he more than likely did, why he was justified in doing it. So what quartering did, or has alleged to have done, whatever, this piece of garbage is probably trying to do it too. Quartering just happened to be successful at it. But then again, this mongoloid you see on your screen and sat there and deleted a 1 million sub fucking YouTube channel like a dumbass.
I don't like seeing anyone flat out fucking silenced like that.
That's bullshit, but all right.
Oh,
Here we go.
and they're laughing. And again,
Speaking of which, hold on a second. There might be something important about this tweet. Okay, so Review Tech on April 26th, or just April of 2026, I'm guessing. And then on January of 2026. Gotcha. So the first one you saw was this month currently, and this is back in January. Gotcha.
these are the guys. Oh, wow. My
If you
channel
wanna know
got
the
flagged.
truth about it.
It must have been Rich. No, it hasn't been.
Hold on.
Guys, oh wow, my channel got flagged. It must have been Rich. No, it hasn't been.
It was Rich. And here's the thing too. Rich, just like the quartering, has a bunch of channels. He has a shitload of channels. And this Mongoloid is smart enough to not strike from his main channel. He'll just strike from one of the other ones. And that leads to a theory I've had for a long ass time. A long ass time. I think during the bouldering, the MundaneMatt situation, I think MundaneMatt had help. And you want to know who I think helped Matt? His friend Rich here. Because him and Rich have been friends for a long ass time. I think Rich was helping him strike those channels. I think he was doing it off of one of his many other channels, but I think he was helping to strike them channels. But that was no fucking skin off this. That was no bacon off his back, because at the end of the day, MundaneMatt went down with the ship anyway. The only thing that would leave Rich complicit was the fact that people could now see your flagging report. So if people started to question him on that shit, but no one really knows how many channels that fucking ReviewTechUSA has. Just like no one really knows how many channels the quartering has. Keep that in mind. So these false flaggots usually have these fucking channels in fucking the dozens. You know what I'm saying? MundaneMatt has a shitload of channels. How do you think they got all that shit done? Think about that.
Maybe it'll start being, though. You bring up my kids, talk about my daughter's illness that almost killed her, making jokes about it and laughing right now. Maybe I'll change that. That's always been my golden rule. But honestly, a lot of you need to be fucking flagged. How about that? Maybe it'll fucking make you stop being such pieces of shit.
Absolute flaggatry.
I'm telling you, yeah, you know what? It's time. It's time. This will be the last time I let it be getting away with. You bring up shit like this about my kid, I'm reporting your fucking channel from here on out. This is just a warning. Most people wouldn't give you that. Take it as a fucking courtesy.
Now keep in mind, Rich, now this is from earlier this year, January of 2026. Rich has been threatening Kino Casino since last year. Theoretically, even before that. So this isn't Rich's only time. You know what I'm saying? If you go back far enough, if Rich hasn't deleted all his fucking streams, you can find a couple of different times where he's done this shit. A few, not even a couple, a few different times. At least half a dozen.
Next.
Ozzy Cobbs, Critique the Critic, Review Clips USA, Hollywood Huggy. If you go to any of them and they still have Review Tech USA stuff up, you'll probably find it.
Time I see this shit, see people mocking my kids, whether it's you or fucking
I'll play it one more time so you guys don't have to hear don't have to hear me ranting and raving.
Kino Casino, I'm flagging and reporting the channels.
All right, here we go.
Is amazing what is happening right now with the quartering. And I have no mercy on him. I mean, I don't, as much as I hate Kino Casino, I didn't want to see this happen to him. They bring content here. I mean, if nothing else, not to sound like a fucking selfish piece of shit, but I'm going to. I don't care. They're pieces of shit. You know, I don't like seeing anyone flat out fucking silenced like that.
Oh! And they're laughing. And again, these are the guys. Oh, wow, my channel got flagged. It must have been Rich. No, it hasn't been. Maybe it'll start being, though. You bring up my kids, talk about my daughter's illness that almost killed her, making jokes about it and laughing right now. Maybe I'll change that. That's always been my golden rule. But honestly, a lot of you need to be fucking flagged. How about that? Maybe it'll fucking make you stop being such pieces of shit. I'm telling you, yeah, you know what? It's time. It's time. This will be the last time I let it be getting away with. You bring up shit like this about my kid, I'm reporting your fucking channel from here on out. This is just a warning. Most people wouldn't give you that. Take it as a fucking courtesy. Next time I see this shit, see people mocking my kids, whether it's you or fucking Kino Casino, I'm flagging and reporting the channels.
Oh, you gotta love local cow violence. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Let me see if there's one more thing here. Okay. All right, there's one more. One more from Lol Cow Basement. But big ups to Richard Burnell, John Riley, and Lol Cow Basement. They came through on the solid. What's this right here? And one's 2 cents. We'll see what this is. But here, let's definitely go over. I think this is him going over. And that might not be it. All right. Well, here. Let's pull this up real fast because we're gonna at least listen to this. Let me see if I can give you the context of this tweet. My bad. No self-awareness. The quartering is a bitch for flagging Kino Casino. True, but it's okay when Rich does it. Now he's bootlicking those who's rightfully torturing him for years. Bitch move. Rich is the type of guy who would forgive someone for annihilating his family. Wow, that's a choice. All right, here we go.
But yeah, he's a fucking he lied and said I scammed my parents out of my house. That's the quartering. This is what he does.
You know, because they're making fun of you or talking about you is, you know, beyond the pale. So,
and then I'm a free speech warrior, except when it's about me. Then I'll try to destroy you. So you're not a fucking free speech.
That's literally you. That's you in spades. Holy shit.
Or you're a bitch.
You're both bitches.
You're flagging people who are like troll channels. Like I've had like I'm not, because I don't want to give anyone credibility. Review insert troll name USA. I'm not going to name names. And there are people who are making up straight up lies about me. And those channels, fuck yeah, I flagged them. They were pieces of shit. You know what I mean? That is a dude who has put out my personal
this might be better than the
information.
clip.
And
Shit,
honestly,
this will
I
work out.
wasn't even though I did flag him once, I wasn't even the one who got his channel taken.
Okay, never mind. I don't even need to insert the clip. They already have it in here. What the fuck
Why
is
did I
this?
lie about flagging one of my detractors?
Damn, Lauren. Is this is what this is your POV when he's on top of you? Wow, that's crazy.
They weren't a detractor. They weren't just a YouTube channel with criticisms of me. That person was, first off, not a female. And they were
You can see how he measures his words. I've always noticed that about Rich in particular, that it doesn't separate him from most lol cows. It just means that he's a little bit more cautious, but a liar is still a liar at the end of the day, no matter how measured he might be.
someone who was doing a lot of nasty shit behind the scenes. And then on top of that, I don't owe anybody like any favors. I wasn't going to put a billboard in Manhattan saying that I flagged them.
You finally gotten on my last nerve. Oh look, I haven't even been checking your channel. This is interesting. So you've been active, bro, huh?
Absolute flaggatry.
All right. Well,
I love it.
not only that, I'm gonna report you too.
Sure, when you apply the job, it doesn't require to use much energy because you sound like you're going to have a heart attack. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, this is easy to get through.
The go-to of all lol cows.
Who's flagging anybody? Like, I've literally proven that I don't flag people.
Yikes. All right, one more time.
But yeah, he's a fucking he lied and said I scammed my parents out of my house. That's the quartering. This is what he does.
You know, because they're making fun of you or talking about you is, you know, beyond the pale. So,
And then I'm a free speech warrior, except when it's about me. Then I'll try to destroy you. So you're not a fucking free speech warrior. You're a bitch.
You're flagging people who are like troll channels. Like I've had like I'm not, because I don't want to give anyone credibility. Review insert troll name USA. I'm not going to name names. And there are people who are making up straight up lies about me. And those channels, fuck yeah, I flagged them. They were pieces of shit. You know what I mean? That is a dude who has put out my personal information. And honestly, I wasn't even though I did flag him once, I wasn't even the one who got his channel taken down. Why did I lie about flagging one of my detractors? They weren't a detractor. They weren't just a YouTube channel with criticisms of me. That person was, first off, not a female. And they were someone who was doing a lot of nasty shit behind the scenes. And then on top of that, I don't owe anybody like any favors.
I wasn't going to put a billboard in Manhattan saying that I flagged them.
You finally gotten on my last nerve. Oh, look, I haven't even been checking your channel. This is interesting. So you've been active, bro, huh? All right, well, not only that, I'm going to report you, too.
Sure, when you apply the job, it doesn't require to use much energy because you sound like you're going to have a heart attack. Okay. Cool. All right, well, this is easy to get through. Who's flagging anybody? Like, I've literally proven that I don't flag people.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. All right, so like I said, big ups to them on Twitter and whatnot. I appreciate that. Yikes, son. Yikes. Woo, baby. All right, so anyway, that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is Review Tech up to this particular point, giving his 2 cents on the flaggetry that's going on, which he himself has participated in for years and probably still is still doing. Of course, a lol cow has no shame as well as no self-awareness. So, of course, lol cow on lol cow crime inevitably does happen because, you know, stupid is as stupid does. So, there we go on that. Give me a second here. All right. Okay. So, that's our situation, ladies and gentlemen. That's our circumstance. Sorry for that bit of buggy mechanics in the beginning. I'll have them edit it up. They'll clean it up for my mess, and we'll be good to go. Big ups to everybody on Twitter and our /X who are keeping up to this. And like I said, we'll keep up with it because this quartering saga is going to be fantastic as time goes on. The quartering doesn't think he has much to lose. He's already hemorrhaging money. Coffee brand coffee, those 2 thoughts over there that he's paying $100,000 a year just to hang out with him, and let alone the Jew and the Sky Bull and Skyrone and whoever other bulls that are in that mix. So when a lol cow is backed up against the wall or their baby backs are on the grill, that's when you'll find out what's really what. And it's not a matter of if, but it's always a matter of when. Don't ever forget that, ladies and gentlemen. And it is ironic with this whole quartering situation, Rich throwing his head into the hat, how MundaneMatt kind of, at least on Twitter, he's getting himself a little bit of a buzz. Because, yet again, he's one of the greatest flaggets and whatnot on YouTube. If you know what I'm saying, MundaneMatt was a big, free speech advocate. The whole situation with Zoe Quinn and Anita Scarhezian and all of that nonsense, Gamergate, all that bullshit. And then, what, a year or two later, then you have the bouldering stream and whatnot. And then you find out that fucking MundaneMatt was flagging everything moving. All these different guys, Dame Pesos, this cat here. I didn't flag them. I never flagged none of that shit. Shows his flag history, didn't show all of it, but showed his flag history, and all them cats were on that shit in spades. And like I said, and this is the big thing about that you have to take away. We never saw all of MundaneMatt's flag history. We didn't. He showed us what he was comfortable with, what he could get rid of because of what was that? Inspect tool. Whatever claims he released, whatever the case may be. It was 20 minutes from the time he was sent the link until he finally showed us something. And even what he showed wasn't good. I mean, it was, he basically showed what he knew people already had him condemned for. Pure and simple. I promise you. That's the only reason why MundaneMatt showed what he did. Because he already knew. Same thing with what Rich did with Keemstar. He only showed him what he already was, basically already being pegged for. You know what I mean? What people already knew he was going at, that he had already gone after. End of story. Thing is, with quartering will be no different. But like I said, I hope Alyssa Clips gets the video back. Anybody else who's getting struck, hopefully that shit gets overturned. And like I said, Jeremy, or the quartering, he has that Rumble deal. It's a 5-year, $1 million deal, something along those lines. He's like a year or two in it. And if an evaluation or a review situation comes up, he may not get that full $1 million. They may cut him off, and whatever he's made is what he keeps. So, and this is not looking good for him. You know what I'm saying? This is not going to work at all. And Melanie Mack and that other chick are going to get the fuck out as soon as the paychecks stop being cleared. So anyway, that's my initial thoughts so far. I just wanted, it's not necessarily about the quartering alone. I wanted to really approach the ReviewTechUSA angle of it, but once it's all said and done, I'll give you guys my hot takes on it. But that's my initial thoughts at the very least. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been I'll Name This Segment Later, GTG, Spits That Grease, so on and so forth. Appreciate you guys coming through, and I'll catch you guys for the next one of these. A lol cow is a lol cow, always and forever. Don't ever forget that. You know what I'm saying? And anybody who fucking is quick to say, try to advocate or try to act like, you know, free speech is the end all be all, wait until the criticism comes back on them. Then let's see how quickly they're really about free speech, because that's when you'll know. Anyway, take care of yourselves, people. Later.